What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Community Kitchen. And who better to join me today than John Hanson? Why don't you say what's up?
What's up? Let's talk Xbox.
Oh, this one's gonna be interesting. But before we get into any of that, we'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who are liking these videos, subscribing to Game Sandwich, and joining our Discord. Links to that is all in the video description down below. Now, we've been forecasting the next 10 years for Nintendo, PlayStation, and we have landed on Xbox. We've saved the best for last. Quite honestly, I don't know what's happening here. I can't really nail down a path forward, but in general, John, you're the Xbox wizard. I'm an apprentice in this all, but where do you think Xbox will be in the next 10 years?
I'm just gonna say it. I think there's not gonna be a console in 10 years. I think Xbox goes
Whoa.
away from making a home console, but that doesn't mean that they're out of the console market. I think that they will have a handheld kind of thing that just it's the Switch thing, but I don't think we're gonna have a Series X like console in the future.
Wow, we're starting off hot here. All right. Well, there is the rumor their next console, whatever it may be, is going to be a PC game console hybrid type deal. And I want to start there because, quite honestly, they're doing something with ROG this year, apparently a collaborative handheld, but I don't really count that. I'm talking about pure Xbox hardware. What do we think is going to be the launch lineup for this next Xbox? Because we have a lot of games. We have a lot of big IP just in the oven, cooking up. What are we thinking?
Well, I think first we need to nail down when it's coming out
Ooh.
because there was talks that it could be 2026. I don't see that happening. I just don't. I think it'll be closer to 27, 28 that we get the next console. With that in mind, I think launch lineup will have, I'll say, 2 games under the Xbox library that are like brand new, and that's including the Activision, Bethesda, everything. I think one of those is Perfect Dark. That will be a day one release, and then just something else that we don't know about yet.
Ooh. Okay, because I was being more I don't want to say I'm accepting fate, but I do think the Elder Scrolls will be a launch title on this next Xbox. I just
I
don't.
don't.
I know, like, I want it sooner rather than later, but my mind's eye with GTA 6 scarring me forever, with just knowing Bethesda and how they operate, I just can't bring myself to say the Elder Scrolls is coming out in the next 2 years. I just can't.
Oh no, I'm saying the same thing. I think it comes out after.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
you think
talking.
this is way past launch?
I. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think we're anywhere close to getting Elder Scrolls 6.
oh, here I thought you were being you're being very bright about the
Oh
future. Okay, okay,
no.
that changes
I, I
everything.
think I think we're looking at 2028 at the earliest for Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay, I see that. Now, what about Gears of War E-Day? Where are we sitting on that? Is that a next year
Oh, I think that
thing?
comes out next year. Yeah.
Next year? Okay, because that's always been. And
Yeah.
then Fable. Fable is the thing that's always been elusive to me. I
They
can't nail it
they said
down.
that that's coming out next year. It
Oh,
was
that's for
supposed to
sure.
come out this year. They delayed it to 2026.
Okay, here we go. Now, I want to talk more about what you said about them not being in the console space.
Mhm.
For what it's worth, their focus has been on cloud gaming, play anywhere. This is an Xbox. That has been the thing that has gotten people riled up outside of multi-platform, but that's another conversation we're going to have later on. The idea of Xbox being this app on your smart TV, or let's just say like not a Kindle, the Fire Sticks, the Amazon Fire Sticks, you
Mhm.
plug in, it's a little USB thing. I think that's more of the plausible thing after this PC home console hybrid thing. Mainly because, like, I see this going the general direction for all of gaming, where it's like the traditional box you put in front of your TV, it's not going to be there. Like, people are looking for
Not
smaller
from
things.
Xbox.
Not from Xbox. I'm going to say maybe for all three of, well, maybe not Nintendo cuz no one can figure them out. But strongly for Xbox, I do think it's more of a like a keystone, that thing on the back of Phil Spencer's shelf. Something small, plug into the back of TV, you don't see it, and they'll sell you the Xbox controller or whatever, and that's it. That's Xbox moving forward. What do you think about that prospect of just an app or a little thing you plug in?
I do think PlayStation will still be in the console market. I mean, they just dominate that area, and with Xbox bowing out, I think they're going to double down on it. So I don't see them getting out of there. I think Xbox is the one out of the big three that really does what you're saying. I think that if anything, they make like a kind of handheld device for people to play their games. But I think they're going to go forward, and one, I think within the next 5 years, not even the next 10 years, we see Xbox just completely eliminate all of their physical copies. I think they go completely digital. I think the next console doesn't even have a disc drive. Like, I don't think there will be an option for it.
Wow.
They are going to go full in on Game Pass, on xCloud, all the stuff that they've been going full in on over the last decade, let's say. Like, I think they're just going to double down on it. They're going to, okay, we're going to cut our losses. We're not making enough money from the console. We're not making enough money from physical sales. So we're going to get rid of those and focus on the areas of our business that work the best. And now that they have the library behind it and they're getting all the money from the PlayStation side and the Nintendo side, you're just going to see that explode and keep going further.
All right. So that brings me to the next money-making topic. I know game prices and console prices, that's been all over the place. We've talked about this before. But where do you see the new PC home console hybrid coming in at, and then the games that correspond with it? What are some price points you're putting out there?
So the next console, I think, will be...
I'm at 7. I'm at 7. I think that's the stable thing for them.
$700 to $800 sounds about right to me. Because everything's so up in the air. Inflation, tariffs, like all this stuff. We don't really know right now is the answer. But just throwing a guess out there, we're seeing the Series X go up in price right now. It's up to what, 600, I want to say.
Yeah, just about, if not more.
Yeah, the new console isn't going to be cheaper. Like, that's just not going to happen. Yeah, I would say 700 to 800, but knowing how companies work now and how everything is going against the consumer, 900 is possible.
Oof. My heart can't take that. But I got to accept that.
And that's also part of the reason why I'm saying Xbox is going away from the console market within the next decade, because all the problems that we're dealing with right now, they're not getting solved anytime soon. Like, it's going to be a very long time before gaming becomes affordable again for people. Like, that's... So I think the smarter move for Xbox, they're going to look at this and they're like, you know what? We got to stop making a console. But the next one will come, but within 10 years, we'll have the news that they're like, yeah, no, we're not making a home console anymore.
Now, game prices, the software side of things, we're just going up and up, or are we...
Oh, yeah. Within a decade, we'll be at 100 easy.
Oof. All right. Well, start saving your pennies now. That's all we got to say.
That's what I'm saying. Things are gonna just keep getting worse for gaming, I think. There's just... Maybe I'm a pessimist. I don't see the problems we have now resolving themselves. The way things stand now, there's just no possible way forward without these gaming companies. They're like, oh, we're so poor, we need more money, development costs are too high, plus we have to lay off all of our workers. Now, prices are only going to keep going up, even before you factor in the orange guy's hands on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things are not going to be particularly great from a consumer standpoint, I think.
Now, you brought up the orange guy. I'm going to bring up the green guy. What a transition there. Let's talk about the Xbox multi platform strategy.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask the question, at least on my personal YouTube channel, that gets me under the biggest fire. Halo on the PS5, PS6. It's happening, right? We're there.
Oh yeah,
We're
I
there
think that happens this year.
this year.
I
Okay.
think we're getting that announcement in a couple weeks at the Xbox showcase.
Ooh, okay.
We just got the Gears of War one. I think now's the time for Halo.
Now, does this affect their big franchises moving forward where it's like, hey, the next Halo, do we count, do we call it 7 or Infinite? I don't know. Whatever.
Just for Halo Infinite carried on the story. They wanted it to be bigger than it was, but it wasn't. So I would say Halo 7, yeah.
The next Halo. Is that releasing day one across the board on all platforms?
Yes.
Yes.
No doubt in my mind. Yeah. Gears of
Ooh.
War is I think Halo will as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that going to come back to bite Xbox? I know it makes the money for them, but a lot of people have been talking online, and it's not sitting well with people. I'm in the vein where you just gotta, it works, it's doing what it needs to do, and I'm playing my
Mhm.
games. It doesn't affect me. But there are a lot of people that take this to heart, and a lot of hardcore Xbox fans out there. This could cost them down the road. What do you think?
Will
The
it?
Allegedly,
I,
that's what they've been saying.
what are okay, let's say I'm a Xbox hardcore fan. I am one of the fanboys. Oh no, Halo is going to PlayStation. That is it. I am done buying a future Xbox console. Okay, if Microsoft doesn't make a new console, do they care? You're
Mm.
still going over the PlayStation to buy their games.
Look at that. See, there's a workaround to everything. Now, I want to ask you. This is something that'll tank both of us here. Do we see another Banjo Kazooie game in the next 10 years?
Yes. Maybe not another, but a remake of the first game at the very least. Yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That's all I
Yeah.
need. I just need the verbal
It's time.
confirmation.
It's time.
It,
Yeah, no, 100%. It's happening. Whether it's Toys for Bob or someone else, I'm
it has to
believing
be Toys
it's
for
gonna
Bob.
happen.
It has to be Toys for Bob. They'd
I
be
yeah, I
stupid
think
to
so.
not do this. But
Yeah.
I just need that confirmation right there. But
Mhm.
again, like, do you have in closing any other things that I'm not picking up for Xbox here
Oh
for the
man.
next 10 years? Because they have their hands in a lot. Cloud gaming, play
Mhm.
anywhere, this is an Xbox. Like, it's all encompassing. So for them, it's really like, just, hey, wherever they want to take this ship, we're going.
Let's see. So I do think Xbox is done acquiring studios. I think Activision is the last one.
It should be.
Um, it should be, yes, very much so. Um, trying to think. Call of Duty will still be a thing within 10 years. I do think we get Guitar Hero back at some point.
Yes.
Um, how big or successful it is, I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, I hope it's successful because I would love to
Yeah.
have that back as a permanent staple and just to have new guitars that I could
Yeah.
buy that aren't $500 or whatever. Like
Please.
I really hope that happens. Um, besides that, I'm not too sure. It's just there's gonna be some new stuff in there, but trying to think like what studios will be gone under the Xbox umbrella. Double Fine, I have no idea what they're doing.
They're working
But we
on a
have
game called Kiln. That's the last
Something
I've
like-
heard, but
Yeah, we haven't seen anything from them since 21. I want to say with Psychonauts 2.
yeah.
I mean, Xbox has already shown that they are willing to shut down studios that are profitable, that are successful. I mean, look at Tango Gameworks. Yeah, someone came in and saved them, but Xbox was willing to just throw them away for nothing.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that they let more studios go. I mean, there's going to be more layoffs. That's just where we're at in gaming. Um, I don't want to predict and say who I think will be closed down, but there's a lot of unknown right now, I would say. If I'm working at one of the studios under Xbox leadership, I'm just always looking over my shoulder, and that's just not a good place to be in your work life.
No, that's been the story for Xbox the past 2 years, if not more. Soon after Activision Blizzard went through. But yeah, I agree. The acquisition shout is something 10 years we need to lay off of and just focus on making the games, getting a constant flow, which over the past 2 years they've been very good at.
I will say, this year in particular, Xbox is putting out the games finally. We've only been waiting for a decade for them to finally deliver on their promises of games under the Xbox umbrella coming out. It's not exclusive anymore, but we're finally realizing that promise. We're getting the games now. So on that aspect, I think Xbox will be doing very well over the next decade. But I do think they will leave the console market in a way. I think they'll kind of have like one foot in still, with like a hybrid kind of console that we've been talking about. But other than that, I think they'll be more of a third-party publisher.
There we go. Well, I'll leave it to the comments section now. Give us your forecast for the next 10 years of Xbox. Because, quite frankly, this is the toughest one to figure out. But if you have any more comments, leave them down below or join our Discord where we're always talking about video games. Links to that is all in the video description down below. But as of right now, for this episode of Community Kitchen, I've been Kalo, joined by John Hanson, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.